Well, good afternoon, everybody. Oh my goodness, it's been a beautiful blue sky day. It got a little on the warm side. Yeah, we're probably 77 or 78. Yes. Anyway, love you all. Thank you for the wonderful comments on yesterday's 3 videos. I didn't mean to make 3 videos, but I figured out what was wrong. Roberto and Erica from South America, they sent me, "Hey Bob, your WhatsApp is probably plugging your phone." Well, sure enough, I went in there and looked, and every time I send a video to somebody, it saves it in my phone. Well, I got a 256 gig phone for a reason. But I send a lot of stuff, WhatsApp, and I send it to Eva and her parents and her daughter, and I send it to Celeste, I send it to Jane, I send it to everybody. And so every time I send a 1 gig video and I send it to 9 people, that's 9 gigs of memory shot. Yeah, anyway, I had 40 gigs of extra stuff in my phone that I cleared out so I can make a long video now. Yeah, hopefully. Anyway, love you all. I hope everybody enjoyed the pictures of me chopping trees. Yeah, that's what I did until I retired in 2014. Yeah, I said, okay, there's enough of that. I got enough stainless steel parts. Yep. Anyway, in those pictures on the community page, the first picture is a picture of me up springboard chopping, and somebody says, "What's a springboard?" Yep. Okay, well, you can Google springboard chopping, and it'll show you. Yep. Anyway, there's something unique. If you look at the first picture, I'm chopping left-handed. If you look at the second picture of me chopping, I'm chopping right-handed. And then the fourth and the fifth pictures, I'm back chopping left-handed again. I was good at baseball because I could bat either side. I could bat right-handed or left-handed. Ambidextrous. Yes, that made me valuable to the team. I was a designated hitter. Yep, I played outfield. I was fast and crazy. Yep. Anyway, I love playing ball, but my son and my grandson, they're even better than me. Yes. They don't have as many stainless steel parts. Yeah. Anyway, my lumberjack days are probably one of the reasons I have a torn rotator. Yeah, I've worked it hard all its life, beating on things, yeah, with an axe. Yeah. George is what are you doing? You asleep down there or what? Hey, George. Hey, he said, "I'm sleeping, Dad." Anyway, I'm going to tell you a funny story. Everybody loves my old funny stories anyway. 1976 National Log Rolling and Lumberjack Championships was held in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It was held at the Johnny Weissmuller Hall of Fame swimming pool on Fort Lauderdale Beach. We stood the climbing poles up right on the beach at Easter time to celebrate the American Bicentennial in 1976. You betcha. The log rolling was held in the pool. Axe throwing was held on the pool deck between 2 big pools, the Olympic-sized pools that they have at the Hall of Fame. And the lumberjacks that came to the national championships from all over the world, Ron Hartel from New Zealand, We had people from all over the world camping in my yard in Fort Lauderdale. That's where I was from. They were all invited to come to the national championships, and there were campers and tents all over the place. We had 2 houses. One of them was just a great big open living room. It was a full-size house, but with no interior walls except for the bathroom was divided from the kitchen. And the rest of the whole house was a giant living room with high ceilings. And we set up cots all over that thing, and all the single lumberjacks with no girlfriends or no wives all were camping in there on cots. And they stayed up all night. I had an axe throwing target right behind the house. In between the 2 houses, I had an axe throwing target hanging on a mango tree. And I had cleaned their pockets. We were throwing for $1 a round, and I had picked them all clean because they were drinking Canadian Mist. They had a great big giant bottle, held about a gallon of Canadian Mist. And the next day, after staying up half the night drinking, the next day was the finals for the championships, and all the women at my mom, they had cooked breakfast, and they told me to go wake up all the lumberjacks and get them over there for breakfast. I said, okay. I went over there with a 12-gauge cannon, the kind that they used to start football games with. Yep, it shot 12-gauge black powder blanks. And I opened up the doors on that great big living room full of lumberjacks, all of them sound asleep, snoring and peeling paint off the walls doing it. I opened the doors, set that cannon down, and aimed it in the house. And I yanked on the string and took off running. Yep. I ran in the back door of the house where all the women were cooking, and I said, here they come. They're all chasing me. Yep. I ran in the back door, and I went right out the front door and kept on going. Yep. Anyway, I threw 32 consecutive bullseyes in the championships. And the final shot, which was for the national championships, I threw a bullseye. And I thought I had just won the national championships, and the judge says, you stepped on the line. The line was a black magic marker line on the concrete. And he said, your toe stepped on that line. That's a no-go. That shot doesn't count. I was not happy with that guy, but I got to hand it to him. He was very brave. I pulled my axe out of the target, and I wanted to use him for a moving target, but I didn't. Yep. Anyway, that's a blast from the past. Yeah, Daddy had the lumberjacks on the run. Anyway, love you all. And by the way, about 3 days, oh, and there goes a hawk through here. 3 days before I tore my rotator, I brought home 4 brand new axe throwing targets. Yep, they're behind the shed. In fact, I can show them to you. Hold on. Yeah, remember when the tree broke off and fell on the roof of the shed? Well, sitting here under tarps ever since. I had just cut these and brought them home. Yep. Axe throwing targets. Oh, buddy, I got 4 of them. Yeah, I'll have to set them up and show you. But here's one I haven't put up yet. There it is. Yeah, I will have to stand that one up. And I'll tell you something in a minute. When I first picked up Eva at the airport in Minnesota, down in Duluth, or down at Minneapolis, I brought her home, and she had already heard that I was a lumberjack and that I could do this. She asked me to set the target up, and I did at the Blue Lagoon. Yep. I set it up, and Eva got to throw axes at it. She goes, I want to see you do it. Daddy stuck it in a bullseye, George. Yeah, buddy. Anyway, she wanted me to do it. We did it. So now we got to stand the target up here someplace, George. What do you say, buddy? You want to throw axes? Yeah, buddy. Anyway, oh, and I'm really excited. I had a big dead patch of grass out here, and I told you I sprinkled grass seeds on it. I got the area all cleaned up. Well, I thought that frog washer rain we had, I thought it did in my grass seeds. Oh, hi, bunny. Boing, boing, boing. Yep. My grass seed sprouted. It didn't all wash away. A lot of it did, but we got baby grass, George. Yeah. See? It's all turning green. Yes. George, Daddy's going to have grass again. Yep. Anyway. And my flower pot. Yes, all my little wildflower seeds are starting to sprout, George. We're going to have wildflowers in the front yard, too. Yeah. Apples are doing good. Yum. And look at the size of these. Oh, buddy. Yum. George. Everybody's here for dinner, George. Yep, all our babies. Anyway, God bless y'all. Thoughts and prayers for everybody that needs them. We had rain the other night. Yeah, but Madison, Green Bay, all down there, they don't need any more rain. They're already flooded, and it went right across them. Yes. Oh, we're getting all new flowers again, and guess what? These are the pretty pink ones. This is a different one, but they're pink too. But guess what? Oh, we'll gotta show you. And the wildflowers are doing good in the boat too. Yeah, I can't even see his feet anymore. We got the red ones. Yeah, those will be popping open pretty quick. Oh, I see another one opening over here. Yeah. Yep, another 2 days. He'll be wide open. Anyway, God bless y'all. Thoughts and prayers for everybody that needs them. We love you all too. Yeah, have a wonderful evening. Stay safe. Wash your flippers. Love you. Bye.